Hello, welcome to this class. This is Mr. Martins again. So, last week we looked at the concept of probability. We learned or we studied how to predict the chance or the possibility of occurrence of events using four keywords: likely, unlikely, certain, and impossible. And we said that it is impossible for Mr. Martins to become a female. It is impossible for Mr. Martins to give birth to a child because everything needed for childbearing I don't have. So it's purely impossible. Okay? Is it likely or unlikely, certain or impossible that I will see the sun will come out today? It is certain the sun will come out today. The sun comes out every day. Okay? Even on days of eclipse, we still see the sun. Then the eclipse then takes place. So the sun comes out. So it's certain I will see the sun. That's what we considered when we looked at the introduction of fraction, of probabilities, rather. Today, we are moving into probability fraction. Now, what it simply means is that we can actually represent the possibilities of the occurrence of an event in fraction. Okay? So, we can represent the chances of choosing an object from a box with fraction. Okay? Depending on the number of objects in the box and the number of objects we may choose, we determine the fraction of the objects we may choose. Okay? So let's look at the following examples to understand better what we are talking about that has to do with probability fractions. All right? So let's look at this. So, like I said that we can represent the chances of choosing. We can represent the chances of choosing objects with fraction. Can represent them with fractions. Okay? So let's look at the following examples that will help us to understand probability fractions. So let's look at examples. Let me call this number one. So what is the probability fraction of choosing the object outside the box, of choosing the shape outside the box? Okay? Now let's say we have this box, a box of shapes. Let's say here there's triangle, there's rectangle, there's circle, triangle, rectangle, circle, rectangle, and let's say we have a triangle outside the box. Now the question says, what is the probability fraction of choosing the shape outside the box? What is the probability fraction of choosing this triangle if we dip our hand inside that box? Now, to find the probability fraction of choosing a triangle from a box of shapes, what we simply ask ourselves is, what is the total shape? What is the total shapes inside the box? If we get the total shapes inside the box, then we ask ourselves another question. How many triangles are in the box? Okay? Now, the total shape or the number of shapes inside the box will be our denominator, while the number of the shape we want to select or we want to choose will become the numerator. Now let's go. Now, looking at this, inside this box, there are how many shapes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 shapes, right? Good. Inside this same box, how many triangles are there? 1, 2. So you simply tell me that the probability fraction of choosing a triangle is what? Number of triangles, which is 2, all over total number of shapes, which is 9. So the probability fraction of choosing triangle from this shape is what? 9. Is 2 over 9. Because there are 2 triangles and there are 9 shapes inside the box. Okay? Now, as I said, of choosing a circle, you simply tell me the probability fraction will now become what? 1, 2, 3. 3 over 9. If I say of choosing a square, the probability fraction now becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over 9. I see how simple it is. I see how simple it is. It's very simple. So, probability fraction simply means the total the number of the object to be chosen all over the total number of objects inside the box. Alright? Okay, let's look at this B. Let's look at another box. Let's say this box has rectangle, circle, circle, triangle, triangle, circle, rectangle, triangle, rectangle, circle, triangle, 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 circle, triangle, rectangle, circle. I'm now looking at the probability fraction of choosing a rectangle. Okay. So the question says, what is the probability fraction of choosing a rectangle? What do? First thing to find is how many rectangles are inside the box. Second thing to find is how many shapes are in the box altogether. So let's go. How many rectangles are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 rectangles. How many shapes are there altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you simply tell me that the probability fraction of choosing a rectangle is what? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 number of rectangles all over number of shapes. So, in other words, we can simply say that probability fraction equals number of chosen shape all over total number of shapes. So probability fraction now has a formula, or which means number of chosen shapes all over total number of shapes. All right? Okay? All right, let's look at one more example. Okay? Now we have a box of shape, and the question says that we should find the probability fraction of choosing a circle from this box of shapes. So what did we say that the formula for probability fraction is? We said that probability fraction equals number of chosen shape all over total number of shapes. What is the chosen shape? Circle. What are the total number of shapes? All the shape in the box. So what do? We find the number of circles and we find the total number of shapes. So here we can say that probability fraction equals, what is the number of circles? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 over. What is the total number of shapes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the probability fraction of choosing a circle from this box is 26 over 20. Okay? So you see that probability is a very sweet concept in mathematics. You can guess the chances something has to occur. The rate of occurrence of an event, the chances is what we simply call or refer to as probability. So it's a very sweet concept in mathematics, the probability concept. Okay? So, probability and probability fraction simply means number of choosing shapes all over total number of shapes in the box. So that is that about probability. Next, we will be moving over and moving forward to other concepts in mathematics, but for today, we are rounding up the concept of probability. We are rounding up the concept of probability. So watch the videos and think of things. Think of things. Find the probability of things happening. Find the probability fractions of picking an object from a sample. Okay? The box of shapes can also be called samples. Alright? Okay. See you in our next class. Then we will solve more and talk more about the concept of probability. Bye.